King cuts Harry out of his will. Real reason palace reunion lasted just 30 minutes. With King Charles's health declining amid his cancer battle, plans are in motion to make sure Prince Harry doesn't see a dime of his royal inheritance. Greedy Sussexes lose claim to $34 billion royal fortune. Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. Last month, in early February, when Prince Harry hopped on a plane to go see his ailing father, the day after Buckingham Palace revealed that King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer, he thought it was going to be this emotional, lovey-dovey reunion with his estranged father. But instead, the visit turned out to be incredibly short, only 30 minutes or perhaps even 12 minutes according to some sources, and it was certainly a business-like transaction. An insider told Star magazine Harry had hoped for a longer meeting, but things were awkward and tense. He was hurt and felt like he'd been brushed aside. As the crown's future remains uncertain, this is all part of a royal power play. Now, according to a palace source, Charles was touched by Harry's gesture, but he was quickly reminded by his beloved wife Queen Camilla and also his heir to the throne Prince William that Harry is not a part of the royal family anymore, and so he shouldn't be welcomed back so easily. Naturally, William's concerned that Harry and his narcissistic wife Meghan, who walked away from royal duties and moved to California back in 2020, are trying to claim a piece of the $34 billion crown estate, and he is bound and determined to convince their father to officially cut Harry and Meghan off forever and cut them out of the will. Charles is not obligated to leave Harry anything according to the source, and Camilla and William are urging him not to. They see the Sussexes as greedy fame seekers who can't be trusted. And then in the US, obviously Harry is in danger of losing his inheritance. Understandably, Charles had to cut Harry and Meghan off when they moved to California, and that's where they still live with their invisible children Archie and Lilibet in their $14 million Montecito McMansion. And the source claims that losing that money has always been a sore issue with Harry, who felt cast off into the wilderness after a lifetime of servitude. Palace insiders claim that Harry didn't receive anything from the Queen's estate. Now, Charles was a sole beneficiary, so he inherited her personal fortune of $500 million when the late Queen passed away in September of 2022, and he may very well not see a penny when his father passes away. So it looks like his efforts to make peace with his father have blown up in his face. When Harry rushed to see his dad, Charles's aides and Camilla and William quickly reminded the king that Harry was no longer a part of the monarchy's rank order. Charles was able to squeeze in 30 minutes with Harry before he had to dash off. And the source claims that now Harry's starting to understand that when he gave up his royal life, it certainly came at a huge cost. The source says the consequences have been deeply felt. As we reported in the past, Harry and Meghan have really been struggling to pay for their expensive lifestyle. Their efforts to conquer Hollywood haven't been successful, to say the least. In addition to losing these good streaming deals, the recent relaunch of their website drew a lot of backlash because they decided to use their royal titles in spite of the fact that they are no longer working royals. The source notes Harry and Meghan have big bills to pay and they need to make money, which makes this rebranding necessary as they see it. They weren't getting very far with Archewell and now have chosen to use their titles and crests. Well, okay then. Why can't Harry just pay for his own damn security? He was the one who chose to step down from his position as a working royal. It doesn't make a bit of sense for him to still be entitled to taxpayer-funded security, but apparently Harry is willing to fight for it. He has a few very hard lessons coming his way, I'm afraid, and this is going to be just another one. Remember how in his book he bragged about his drug abuse habit? Well, he just did that to sell books, supposedly. Next thing we know, he's going to say he didn't kill any Taliban members, he just said that to sell books. I swear, this man baby just can't do anything right. If he actually wants people to respect him, he needs to stand by what he says. And Harry has to know he's not going to win, but maybe we're not going to know that for sure for a little while. I am just so sick and tired of all their lies. I mean, has anybody told Harry that when people leave their jobs, they don't continue to receive a salary? You don't get to keep the perks, and you don't get to hold on to your entitlements. Harry and Meghan are going down. The seeds they have sown are now sprouting, and it's not a beautiful garden in the least. So Harry, it's time to just move on, because soon enough, you're going to lose it all. But Harry deserves everything that's coming to him, and Meghan Markle too. The thing is, at this point, they cannot even come clean because they don't know what the truth looks like. In the grand scheme of things, Harry and Meghan are so incredibly unimportant, so irrelevant, and they need to get used to that. Harry needs to just drop this lawsuit because it's going to cost him a lot of money. And he needs to stop bragging because everybody knows Harry is not capable of telling the truth. Harry should be ashamed of everything he and Meghan have done, but it looks like he doesn't even realize everything he's done. Harry needs to just go away, and eventually I think he and Meghan are going to be alone somewhere with no family, no friends, nobody in their corner, no country even. Just look at everything Harry has done. Was Meghan Markle really worth it? How could she have been? I mean, I hope it was worth it for his sake, but I don't believe it was. It's going to be a very long life for Prince Harry, though, with lots of problems. I mean, can Harry not see what all of us can see? At least now we know that, remember, we heard Harry and Meghan will not be broken. Well, all right, Harry, I hope that's good enough for you. I mean, the truth is, Harry has always been spoiled. He has always been badly behaved. He's always caused a lot of trouble wherever he went. He was known for hitting photographers outside of sleazy nightclubs, for example. He was known for bribing teachers to take his exams for him because he wasn't able to study and pass. As a child, Harry was not well behaved. He was aggressive as a teenager, and now he's a grown man. Supposedly, he acts like a baby, but he is addicted to drugs, and he married a disgusting gold digger who has no class whatsoever and is obsessed with her own self. Harry is such an embarrassment to his family. Remember during that interview with Good Morning America on February 16th that Harry somehow managed to seem hopeful. He said, I think any illness, any sickness brings families together. I see it time and time again, and that makes me very happy. He said that at an event for the Invictus Games, an organization that is supposed to pay tribute to wounded soldiers, and he also said that he's going to come back to the UK soon. Harry said, quote, I have got other trips planned that would take me through the UK or back to the UK. I will stop in and see my family as much as I can. But it sounds like Prince William, who certainly has stepped up since Charles's cancer diagnosis, well, he's standing his ground when it comes to giving Harry a way back in. A source says William's been an influential voice to Charles during his short reign, and he will continue to be. And Prince William has been dealing with his own health concerns since his beloved wife, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been recuperating from abdominal surgery. And that's not good news for Harry, who time and time again has criticized his family in public. The source says William is committed to protecting the monarchy at all costs, even if it means disassociating from his brother. And reportedly, Charles's health might be more serious than the palace is letting on. On February 5th, let's remember, Buckingham Palace released a statement announcing a, quote, form of cancer. It had been discovered after the monarch's January 26 surgery for benign prostate enlargement. The source clarifies, although word is the cancer was caught early, there's concern it could turn into something worse and possibly spread to other organs, which could be a death sentence. In public, at least, the king has been trying to stay strong. He was photographed looking good on February 11th while he attended a church service with Camilla at their Sandringham estate. The source says how he feels behind the scenes is another thing. Of course, he must be worried. And reportedly, the firm has no choice but to prepare for the worst, so they are updating plans for his funeral. It's been dubbed Operation Menai Bridge. Charles understands that it's the expected thing to do as he's the king, says the source. And he's also doing some things to get his estate in order. For example, on the 1st of March, he's scheduled to auction off his Jaguar I-Pace at the Historic Auctioneers Auction at Ascot Racecourse in the UK. And he's doing everything he can to stay healthy and live as long as he can. In the royal biography called My Mother and I, Ingrid Seward tells us that King Charles actually sleeps in an oxygen tent to boost his health, but still, he has been suffering from some short-term memory problems, and so he keeps a notebook in his breast pocket so that he can write down anything important. And you, what do you think about this update? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is useful, don't be afraid to like and share it with anybody else who would enjoy it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.